Bushcraft 412 here, and tomorrow I'm going on a nice little adventure, and I just kind of wanted to share with you my cold weather day pack. Now, just to explain the situation, I'm going to be going up to the Adirondacks in New York tomorrow to do some snowshoeing. The predicted weather is supposed to be a high of about 15 degrees. Overnight tonight it's going to probably be well below zero. So by the time I'm getting there in the morning, it's going to be 0 plus or minus 5 degrees. So, being I'm going to be snowshoeing, and I'm going to be snowshoeing off the trails, going into kind of a remote lake, I kind of need to be prepared. So this is a heavy duty day pack for winter time. First of all, we'll get the belt stuff out of the way. I always have my canteen. It's the Nalgene canteen with the canteen cup and the canteen cup stove. And also I have a Esbit tablet in the little pocket here. That goes in my belt, so I always have my water nearby. And my cook system. 2 Ruger P95. I'm bringing that. I know it's not the best protection against bears, but we've had a really warm winter, and I am concerned that the bears might be up early, so I'm going to bring it. And I know a 9mm isn't the best for bears, but something's better than nothing. Clothing I'm bringing, real quick. I'm going to have bandana on my head, 2 layers of socks, one a thin polyester sock, the other a nice traditional wool. I'll be wearing my combat shirt, my Roscoe combat shirt. I got a review on this out there, mostly because it'll be nice and cool, and I won't have to worry about overheating, especially where the backpack is, because it does have these nice thin front panels, so it should keep me nice and cool. But the arms are nice and thick, so I don't have to worry about my arms getting cold, but my body where the backpack's rubbing and all that should stay nice and cool, so I did choose that. Below that, my waterproof hunting pants, because I'm going to be snowshoeing. Who knows if there's going to be streams or whatever, or just wet slushy snow. I want to make sure I'm waterproof and not getting damp. Underneath them, I'm just wearing a pair of very thin polyester workout pants. Just because the waterproof pants tend to feel a little weird against my legs, so I like to have something kind of polyester under them. Over there, actually, we will zoom in. We have a map that will go in my pocket. I have that set out to make sure I do not leave it. It's going to go in a Ziploc bag in my pocket because I do not like putting them in my bag because I don't want to risk losing them or getting them wet. So I Ziploc them and put them in my pocket. Here we have an extra set of hat, gloves, ear warmer, all that, and an extra basically layer of clothing, one waterproof and an insulation layer for the top, which should cover me for when we get to where we're going and we make our meal. Now it's for my day pack. This is actually a Remington pack that I got from Walmart for $19. It's a medium-sized hunting backpack. It's actually perfect for this kind of trip where you need a larger day pack. I love this thing. It's nice, thick, heavy polyester. I've waterproofed it. Love this pack. I actually use it for overnight trips sometimes if I'm going to be hammock camping. It was $20 at Walmart. I've been using it 4 or 5 years now. Cool little item. And now let's get into the stuff we're going to be putting in that pack. For this trip, because I want to be light and fast, I'm bringing my $2 Wahoo Killer Knife, which is basically a Mora Clipper ripoff, and I have a review on that if you're interested in seeing it. My Fiskars Camp Saw. This thing, hang on here, let me open this for you. I will not spend money on cheap camp saws anymore. Going to Walmart and getting those Coleman ones or the Kuglen ones or whatever are just wasting your money. I went to Home Depot and got this one. It's a Fiskars, very heavy duty locks, and it has kind of a little lock back thing there. Very sturdy, very stable. Best hand saw I've ever got. It was in the neighborhood $15, but you know what? When you're doing this kind of work, don't buy crappy, gimmicky camp stuff. If you need to cut wood, go to the store and get something that's meant to cut wood. Get something industrial strength. So go to your hardware store, a Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever you have in your neck of the woods, and get a real, like pruning saw or something like that. Because the extra money, this one here has been lasting years and is still in great shape. You get much more bang for your buck than wasting your money on those cheap $5 ones. We got some cordage, various size, length. We got some paracord and just some plain nylon cord. I always have this stuff in my bag. It just makes me feel better. Next, we have 2 space blankets and a couple of garbage bags. Emergency shelter, hypothermia, whatever. The garbage bags, Kamurka's it's supposed to be nice and sunny tomorrow, but you never know. So we've got some 2 space blankets. One of them's already out of the bag. As you can see, I just folded it up, so I won't feel guilty if I do have to use it for anything, even just to sit on the ground or whatever, If you wad these space blankets up into kind of a ball and sit on them, they actually insulate really good. That's a neat little trick. Little first aid kit. Nothing fantastic in here. Some rubber gloves, some medicines, band-aids. There's an Esbit tablet, some water purification tablets. Little bit of everything. Nothing major, but just a little bit, just, day hike kind of pack. And notice I also have petroleum-based lip balm in here. That way I can also double as a fire starter. But it's also a very important item to have in the winter, because if you feel like you're starting to get frostbite, you can apply this on an area and it will protect your face from the wind and the cold. So this is an absolute must-have for cold weather. TP, because I don't like wiping my ass with snow. A couple little things I just clip onto my bag. One is a little tiny flashlight. Cheap, like $1 one, but it just stays clipped onto my flashlight. This other is a thermometer, compass, whistle combination, which is a backup. My little spork, I always tend to keep that in my pack, because you never know when you're going to eat something out in the woods, and I know I'm probably going to bring, something to eat while I'm out there, so I figured I'd bring that. This here is a cigar tube, and inside of this is dryer lint. Keeps it nice and dry. It's lightweight. I just try and find extra uses for little things like this. So, cigar tube, aluminum, Rocky Patel, with some dryer lint for fire starter. It weighs, a couple of grams, so it's nice to add it. And plus you can use that lip balm with it. My super mega bright flashlights, headlamp. That way if I do get stuck out after dark, which has happened to me on more than one occasion where I've been trying to make it back in the woods by the light of my cell phone, so I don't want that to happen. So always make sure you got a flashlight when you're going in the woods, even if you intend to be out early, because you know what? Sometimes you just get lost. Big wad of hand warmers. Let's face it, I'd rather be comfortable than anything else, so I will carry these with me, and if I need them, I'm going to use them, because winter can get really cold, especially when you're out hiking, and if you get a little sweaty, you can really use these. This is my little Ditty bag. I'm not going to pull everything out, but there are some more water tablets. There is another Esbit tablet in there, duct tape, a cork, I don't know what that's in there for, some super glue, my little pea lighter, the split pea lighter from County Comp, and also, let's see what else is in there. Oh, my flint and steel's in there. And the person I'm going with will be bringing lighters as well, so these are just backups, of course. Those are my little Ditty bag. In here is an extra bandana. That way, if I'm wearing the bandana on my head, I have another one that I can take things in and out of the fire with, or grab things with an extra pair of really thin gloves. The purpose of that is, so I do have a pair of gloves that I can take stuff in and out of the fire that I don't have to worry about burning them, and they're wool, so they're not going to melt to you. A lot of the synthetics, you got to remember, if you have like nylon gloves or waterproof gloves, you bring them near the fire, they may melt down. You want to make sure you have something made of natural materials so you don't burn them in the fire. And then I just jam a lot of this stuff into my little, I think this is a Maxpedition pouch. I got a review. It's actually one of my first reviews I ever did. This little Maxpedition pouch. I keep all my tools and all that in my bag That way they're all organized and I can find them in there. So there it is. That is the cold weather day hike gear. Hope you enjoyed. And also don't forget that I do have some duplication as well, because I do have some fire starting, like a Fresno lens in my wallet. I have, of course, my EDC knife that I'll carry with me, as well as my keychain. And my keychain does have a lot of EDC items on it, and I do have a video on that. And actually, a lot of these items there are videos on, so if you go to my channel, you will see a lot of videos on this stuff. But I do have a keychain EDC, and I have a compass, multi-tool, and a bunch of other little things on there that are pretty useful that, of course, go with me everywhere I go, as well as the stuff I carry in my wallet, which that's, you know, on the other video. So hope you enjoyed, and if you don't hear from me in a couple weeks, I didn't make it back alive. So hopefully I will be back Wednesday or Thursday making some